Wow. You know, one of the things that is kind of a downer when you have contacts is when you forget to actually order enough contacts in time to not go back to using your glasses. And I kind of didn't want to go back to using my glasses, but then I remembered that I have these glasses, which are kind of, how do you say it? I know the word for it, but the glass is my strength on my vision error. So I'm gonna have to rock these until the new contacts arrives. And today, we're making a good old one. It's kind of a sad day when you need to take away all the outdoor furniture and put them in storage. Because you kind of know that winter is coming and the outdoors will not be the same until next summer or next spring. Hello.
Hey.
What is going on?
I don't understand.
Why Swartsta?
Aha! My daughter was little and she started to talk. She would have to say socks to have on your feet, but she says pupun. And I think the name pupun, it's all around the world.
I'm starting to get old. Like my knees are literally breaking apart, slowly but steadily. There's a subject that I want to touch on today that is kind of interesting, and that is being called a shill. Now, some of you might have not heard the word, but for someone like me that is working as a YouTuber and influencer, I kind of get to hear it a lot. And I see a lot of my friends that are getting called like a shill for this brand or shill for that brand. And it kind of makes me think about why. When my main channel took off, there was a lot of conflict in my own head whether or not I should accept paid brand deals or not. I actually made a post about this specific topic back in 2020 where I asked you guys if it was okay if I said yes to brand deals. And I know that the final decision is ultimately mine and there's no one else that can control what I do and so on and so forth. But there was a resounding yes from basically all of you that followed me back then that said like, hey, get the bag, man. Go get the money. And so I did. It enabled me to do so many things with my business and with my journey and with my life that I otherwise would not be able to do. And I am super, super grateful to be able to have this journey both behind me and the one that is lying ahead of me, because I think that there's so many exciting things that is about to happen. But something that I've noticed is this trend of people calling influencers out, saying that we're selling out. And if you're not working as an influencer or as a creator, as your full-time job, I understand that it might seem like we are selling out when we're making video together with a brand that we otherwise might not use, or if we're paid to talk about Sony cameras or DJI drones or action cameras or whatever it might be, but that is actually not the case. One of the principles that I've stood by ever since my channel started to take off is that I will not recommend a bad product. And I try to stick with that as much as I possibly can, but there has been, I'm not gonna lie, 2 times where I've actually recommended a product that I couldn't really stand behind to 100%, but by making the video, it enabled me to continue my journey as a creator and create even more opportunities for myself, which I think is kind of fair. Let's face it, not every brand deal can be the perfect brand deal that allows you to talk good about the things that you're using. Sometimes you might get an offer that is fitting for your brand, but it's not necessarily a product that you would use. But the amount of people lately that I've seen that has been calling influencers out is kind of mind-blowing, actually, because there's a lot of people that are enjoying the content that I make on my main channel and on this channel as well. And there's a lot of people that wants me to make even more content. especially on this channel. I mean, like, I love making the vlogs, and I would love to make vlogs every single day if I could. But that's not simply possible. And the main reason as to why that's not possible is because I don't get enough money from making these videos to have this as a sustained job. But on my main channel, I do have the possibility to have that as my, source of income if I make the brand deals and if I work together with brands and if I make sure that I promote myself the way that I want to promote myself. And something that I'm trying to do on the main channel is trying to widen the amount of videos that I can do. I feel like I've been kind of narrowed into the camera, photography, videography niche, which I understand. But then again, I want to widen. I want to go a little bit wider and make a little bit more broad content. And I think that one of the best examples of that was the camping video that I did a couple of weeks back. That has performed surprisingly well on the main channel because I was expecting like 7,000 views and now it's at 32. And it's also a good example of getting to a specific point in your content creator career makes people think that everything you make videos of is sponsored or everything that you make videos of is given to you. But for example, that tent, I purchased that with my own money to make videos about it because I wanted to have that. I thought it was so freaking cool. And all the flashlights and all the gear that I have in that video is stuff that I've accumulated over the years as I've been working as a content creator. Because the ideas that I've had of making this video has been lying around ever since 2020 and 2021. But then again, I also understand that there's been a lot of influencers that has been selling out and just taking whatever kind of brand deal that they can and promoting stuff. But I would love to know what you think. Like, what is your opinion on the current status of the creator economy or the influencer job, if you may? Do drop a comment. It's time to leave. My butt is I gotta do a completely shameless plug here. Take a look at this. This is the UPM Prime Gear Thunderbolt 4 cable. I honestly cannot tell you how freaking proud I am of this actually coming to life. I've been doing the entire box design of this. I've been working so freaking hard to be able to launch this cable. And now to finally have it in my hand is kind of sick. I'm gonna drop a link in the description if you want to be a part of it and purchase one, support me in my future endeavors. To all of you that purchased the Tri-Charge and that has supported me throughout the years, you are the reason that I'm actually able to launch these products. So one of the things that I wanted to have was these orange inlays on the cable, kind of to make it look like a snake or something. Basically, I wanted to have a cable that is unique and that you can find anywhere. And I also spent a lot of time on this connector. And the plastic here is something that is called TPE 100A. And it's kind of similar to rigid rubber. So that means that this part is probably, or most likely, I'm not gonna say never because I don't know how much force you're gonna put on it. I haven't gotten this to break with my own hands, even if I've tried forcing it. It's a Thunderbolt 4 cable that is capable of doing everything that a Thunderbolt 4 cable does. But to everyone that is using USB-C cables, I highly recommend you to go for Thunderbolt instead, because Thunderbolt means that you basically never have to change your cables. It can do anything. It can transfer video, power, data, all at the same time. And that is something that regular USB cables can't, or at least you need to buy some premium USB-C cables. But take a look at this. It looks good, right? I got a couple of things for the 3D printer, paid for by me. Carbon fiber reinforced nylon filament. Love it. This one is the most interesting thing so far. Bambu Labs AMX HT. It's basically a filament dryer so that whenever you're printing filaments that are required to be dried out during printing, such as nylon, you want to have them in one of these so that it can keep the heat up at the same time as you're printing. I've been diving deep into the 3D printing swamp. There's also been a lot of questions whether or not I'm gonna make some tutorials or, beginner starting videos and so on and so forth. But I'm gonna be honest with you and say that I think the entire learning process of 3D printing is kind of boring to teach, and I don't have the passion to teach it to you. So what I'm going to do is show you what you can do with 3D printing so that hopefully fires your passion to learn how to make cool stuff with 3D printing. Check out the cable. I'm going to drop a link in the description, and see you soon again.